Welcome to Yoga with Dojo Cat. Today we're going to do a really quick morning yoga flow that you can do to get you energized for the day. And it's beginner friendly, you don't need any props, so let's just get into it. We're going to begin in a mountain pose. Roll your shoulders up and down away from your ears. And we're just going to begin by rocking up onto our tiptoes, stretching out the feet. And then once you bring those heels back down to the mat, we're going to get a bit of swaying motion here. Drawing nice big circles, getting some rotation in our spines. And then you can draw slower and slower circles until your arms just come down by your side. And once you reach center, inhale your hands to the sky, grab onto that left wrist with the right hand, deep breath in, exhale, bend over to the right. Inhale back to center, switch your grip, grabbing the right wrist with the left hand, and exhale, bend to the left. Inhale back to center. We're going to do that one more time each. Deep breath in, exhale. Inhale back to center. Switch your grip. Exhale, bend to the left. And come back to center. Let your hands come down beside your hips. And you can turn towards the short part of your mat, staying at the back of your mat. And we're going to tuck our chin to our chest and really slowly, one vertebrae at a time, roll into forward fold. And once you meet in this forward fold, you can keep a little bend in your knees if you want to get a bit of motion here, bending one leg at a time. Or maybe you want to find some stillness. Relax your neck. Keep your gaze on your knees. Bring your mind to your breath. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on your shins, flat back, gaze forward. And exhale, back into your forward fold. And claw your hands out in front of you, coming into a plank position. Take a couple of deep breaths here, making sure that our wrists are stacked underneath our shoulders just to protect that joint. And we'll shift so that our shoulders are over top of our fingers, and then we'll drop 90 degrees. And then from here, untip your toes, come on onto the belly, and bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. I'm just gonna shift here. Coming into our Sphinx pose. Pull your heels in together. Lift your chest nice and high. Like there's a string pulling the top of your head up. And you can stay right here if you like, or you can get some gentle movement, bringing your breath into it. You can inhale at center and exhale, look over your left shoulder. Inhaling back to center, exhaling over the right shoulder. Just keep syncing your movement with your breath. You can lower your chest all the way down to the mat, plant your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, coming into a tabletop position first. And then lifting the hips to the sky for a downward facing dog. Take whatever movement you need here, whether you need to pedal your feet out, or maybe you want to drop one hip at a time, twisting that spine. Or maybe you just need a moment of stillness here. Inhale your right leg to the sky, keeping your hips nice and square to the mat. And then exhale, step your foot in between your hands. And then rise up for a high lunge. Option to keep your hands up nice and high. If your shoulders are burning, maybe you just did a kickboxing class, you can feel free to bring your hands to heart center. Bring your arms out to a T, and then we're going to twist toward that lead leg, taking our gaze back to the right hand. Beautiful. Release the twist. We're going to bring our hands so that our right fingertips are in front of us. Pivot the back foot so that it's parallel to your mat, meeting in a warrior two. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Getting a nice stretch in that right side body. Bringing the left hand to the back of that thigh, or you can take a bind if you like. Keep that bend in that front leg. And releasing this pose, bringing the right palm to the mat inside the right foot, extending the left arm to the sky for a side angle variation. Beautiful. You can bring those fingertips to the mat outside of that foot. Bring the left hand to the mat. Step back into your plank. We're going to hold this for a couple of breaths. If plank is hard for you, one little tip, the higher your hips are, the easier the pose becomes. And you can drop to your knees whenever you need to. You don't have to do every pose that I suggest. I'm not your boss. So shift forward, drop yourself all the way down to the mat, onto your belly. Tuck the toes, coming into that Sphinx pose. If you'd like a deeper back bend, you have the option to straighten the arms, coming into a seal pose. This is a nice little stretch for the abs too. And release your elbows back down to the mat. Bring your forehead down to the mat. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, press into tabletop. Lift your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. We'll take that to the other side, keeping it nice and short today. Inhale the left leg to the sky, keeping your hips square to the mat. Exhale, step in between your hands, rise up for a high lunge. And bring your arms to T, twist to the left, gaze to the left hand. Bringing your mind to the breath for this uncomfortable position. That breath's going to save you in positions like that. And when we release this pose, we're going to transition into our warrior two, pivoting the left foot so that it's parallel, keeping the right toes where they are. Really finding length in between our right fingertips and our left fingertips. Really reaching away from each other. Beautiful. Flip your palm, reverse your warrior. Keep that bend in the leg, taking little breaks if you really need it. And releasing that pose, bringing the right palm to the mat inside the left foot. Sorry, left palm to the left foot. Inside for that side angle variation. fingertips to the mat, left hand outside of the left foot. Step back into that plank and hold it one more time. Squeezing the core, pulling your belly button in towards your spine, really engaging those abs. My partner and I sometimes do plank challenges to see who can hold the plank the longest. I think he got to 5 minutes, so I didn't. Go through one last chaturanga, shifting forward, dropping all the way down to our bellies, untucking the toes, lifting up into a cobra or a sphinx, whatever you need. And we'll press back into child's pose. Get whatever movement you need, rocking side to side. If you want some more sensation, you can come up onto the fingertips to create little tents or spiders. You can plant the right hand at center, and we'll inhale the left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath the right. Option to keep your right fingertips right where they are, or you can take a bind by wrapping them around your lower back if that's available to you. And release, inhaling the left arm to the sky one more time, and we'll go to the other side. Left hand at center, inhale the right arm to the sky, exhale, thread it underneath the left arm, sinking into this child's pose with a twist. And then again, if you want to take a bind on this side, go ahead and do so. Release that pose into the bind, bring the hand to the mat, and inhale the right arm to the sky one more time. Coming back into the tabletop position, stacking your knees under your hips, your hands under your shoulders, and we'll do a cat-cow flow. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting tailbone and chin to the sky. Exhale, arch the spine, tucking chin to chest. And again, you can sync your breath with your movement. Inhaling to expand and exhaling to contract. And you can also take whatever organic movement you want here, whether it's just bringing your hips side to side, or doing some body rolls, or maybe some spinal waves. It's up to you. Whatever feels good for your body today. Beautiful. You can sit on your bum, coming into a comfortable cross-legged position, or on your knees if that's more comfortable for you. And we're just going to take 3 big breaths, the biggest breaths that we've taken all morning, to start our day off right. Inhale your hands to the sky, deep breath in. Exhale, hands down beside your hips. Again, inhale. And exhale. And one more time, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you in my little dojo. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram at dojocat713. That's where I post my jiu-jitsu and kickboxing stuff. If you want longer flows, I am posting hour-long flows on Patreon. and you can support me over there. Any support that you offer me is greatly appreciated and helps me keep doing what I'm doing. Alright, now just make sure you're drinking some water, you're wearing your sunscreen, and that you're taking little moments throughout the day for a little self-care, a little self-love. I'll see you guys next time. Os.